Prophetic Israel Wars and Victories, written by Kunle Olusesi, Messianic Ministries, and narrated by Basil Sandy. The Bible, a beacon of truth and prophecy, offers a glimpse into the future of nations, particularly Israel. Zecharial 12, verses 1 to 6, stands as a powerful testament to God's unwavering commitment to protect and defend Israel, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. This passage, a divine decree etched in time, sets the stage for understanding the tumultuous events that will unfold in the Middle East. It speaks of a time when Jerusalem, the eternal city, will become a cup of trembling and a burdensome stone for all the nations that gather against it. The opening verses of Zechariah 12 reverberate with the weight of divine authority, the burden of the word of the Lord concerning Israel. Thus declares the Lord, who stretches out the heavens, lays the foundation of the earth, and forms the spirit of man within him. These words, imbued with the power of the Almighty, leave no room for doubt. God is sovereign over history, and his plans for Israel will come to pass. The chapter goes on to describe a time when nations will converge upon Jerusalem, seeking its destruction. However, God's promise of protection shines through. He declares, "On that day I will make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all peoples. All who would heave it away will surely be cut in pieces, though all the nations of the earth are gathered against it." These words, echoing through the corridors of time, serve as a stern warning to those who would dare to harm God's chosen people. The imagery employed by Zechariah is both vivid and powerful. Jerusalem, the focal point of this divine decree, is likened to a cup of trembling, its contents spilling over onto the surrounding nations. This metaphor paints a picture of the dire consequences awaiting those who oppose God's plans. The nations that gather against Jerusalem will find themselves entangled in a conflict they cannot win, their efforts ultimately resulting in their own downfall. Jerusalem, the city of David, the cradle of Christianity, and the third holiest city in Islam, occupies a unique and pivotal position in biblical prophecy. Throughout the scriptures, Jerusalem is depicted as a city of immense spiritual significance, a place where God's purposes for humanity will be revealed. The fate of Jerusalem is intricately intertwined with the future of the world, making it a focal point of prophetic scrutiny. The significance of Jerusalem in biblical prophecy cannot be overstated. It is the city where Abraham offered Isaac, where David established his kingdom, where Solomon built the first temple, and where Jesus Christ was crucified and resurrected. It is the city that God chose to place his name, and its destiny is a matter of eternal consequence. Zechariah's prophecy highlights Jerusalem's central role in the end times, stating that the city will become a cup of trembling for all the surrounding nations. This imagery suggests that the nations will be greatly troubled by events unfolding in Jerusalem, leading to widespread instability and conflict. The city will become a burdensome stone, a source of immense difficulty and frustration for those who oppose it. Furthermore, Zechariah prophesies that God himself will defend Jerusalem against its attackers. "On that day I will make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all peoples. All who would heave it away will surely be cut in pieces, though all the nations of the earth are gathered against it." This promise of divine protection is a recurring theme in Scripture, underscoring God's unwavering commitment to his chosen city. In the prophetic book of Ezekiel, chapters 38 and 39 unveil a chilling prophecy about a future invasion of Israel led by a confederation of nations headed by Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal. This prophecy, known as the War of Gog and Magog, describes a time of unprecedented global conflict where the very existence of Israel will hang in the balance. Ezekiel 38 provides a detailed account of the nations that will join Gog's coalition, listing Persia, modern-day Iran, Kush, likely Sudan and ancient Ethiopia, Put, possibly Libya, Gomer, perhaps Turkey or a broader region in Asia Minor, and Beth Togarmah, likely Armenia and parts of Turkey. This alliance of nations, driven by a shared hatred for Israel and a desire for plunder, will launch a massive military campaign against the Jewish state. The prophet Ezekiel describes the invading army as a vast horde, like a cloud covering the land, armed with bucklers and shields, all of them wielding swords. Their intentions are clear: to capture spoil and to seize plunder, to turn your hand against the waste places which are now inhabited, and against the people who are gathered from the nations. This prophecy paints a vivid picture of a world consumed by greed, violence, and a deep-seated animosity towards Israel. The prophecy of Gog and Magog is not merely a historical curiosity. It holds profound implications for our understanding of the end times. It serves as a stark reminder that the world is moving towards a time of unprecedented conflict, culminating in a final showdown between good and evil. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem today. If you'd like to learn more about Israel and the Middle East, the End Time Prophesies, you can do so with the link to my End Time Messianic Prophecies.